Hi there, Leo. Welcome back to my channel. It's Mary Jo from Enchantress Tarot. I'm here to do your reading for March of 2021. We work with the stone of Aquamarine for March. It's a beautiful bluish green stone. And you could have a palm stone. You could put it in your pocket or your purse. You could put it in your pillowcase or by your bed at night to help you work with the energies of the month. And look, the size of the stone doesn't matter. It's your intention that you put on the stone. That is your inner divination. That you can say, help me work through this month's energies with the best outcome. Thank you. And believing in it and putting your intentions in it, whatever way you want to say it, because that's how divine you are, that you can make things happen. Believing is part of it. Okay, so let's see, Leo. A lot of majors have been coming up. Tomorrow is the full moon in Virgo. So I'm recording on this. I love that when I record on the energies of a full moon, a new moon, or eclipse, or an equinox, or solstice. They're usually very intense readings. And a lot of the messages coming up are probably things people don't want to hear. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I just won't. I'll give it to you straight, but I'm going to give it to you with love, okay? And positive energies, knowing that this is my heads up to make things turn around in my life. Take the messages from Spirit that way, even if it's not what you want to hear. Just know that they're giving you a little bump. Saying, okay, you might hit this patch, but you know it's coming, and here's how you can work through it. And I'm always here to guide you and help you, okay? Just ask me. So with the Six of Swords, we know that you're moving into a new phase of your life. You're heading somewhere else. Everything, and we got the full moon. And everything is going to come into balance for you. Now, all of these swords represent negative thoughts and words in your experiences, in your immediate experiences in your life, okay? The past maybe 3 weeks or 3 months because of the position of this card. That you've been sinking your own ship. If you keep putting all these swords into the hull, you're gonna take on water, right, and sink. But with this, we're looking at it as you've restored a balance to yourself mentally and emotionally, especially with the ripening of the moon. You know how it affects people and the tides. But this water is calm for you. You have gotten on board with a new program, a new way of thinking, a new way of speaking, a new way of being, Leo. Okay, and you're heading somewhere else in a new direction. But honestly, where you're going, you'll have a better outcome because of what happened in your past. Because you're being reflective on the things that have happened in your past. You're really thinking about the things that were very emotional for you or anguish, mental anguish too for you. And you're moving ahead and out of these into calmer waters. It's bringing you to shore, to somewhere new in your life. Now, this is January 30th to February 8th. It even could have started to culminate for you with Mercury in Aquarius. And we know it was retrograde. So there was a lot of thoughts going on. Like I said here, you were reevaluating things, but now there's this new mental clarity for you. And more importantly, with the ripening of the moon, we know emotions are going to be rising up to be released. And I like that. Anytime we have an experience that is a challenge or a trial or tribulation, something we take on as being negative, and we just hang on to it as, it's not good. It's something that we had to experience for a growth. And it's by our own design, actually, and the way we've been living our lives that we bring these situations and people in. But we also have the power to release them and let them go. So just know that all of those things that are happening are part of the experience you need to go where you're going in your life. And it makes you that much more interesting and richer for. And you could see the depth of a person that's had a lot of struggles in their life, So whoever this is, whatever this is, they are phasing out of your life and the misery will be ending. You've really been thinking and worrying and anguishing over this. There's a lot of anxiety with this. Now, the 9 is saying that it's coming to an end of a cycle for you, and it'll probably be after this full moon. And when we look at this card, it's a Gemini card with the 9 of Swords. And we look at this as Mars and Gemini. So Mars and Gemini. Okay, so Mars is, rules the head and face of man. It's the thought process, right? It's making changes, really like bold and dynamic. And Gemini is your communications, which isn't just only writing. It's very much verbal. It's chatting and thinking. So it's very nice that I would say that this is going to be Mars taking control of the way you're thinking. And we're entering Aries mid-March, okay? Mars rules Aries. So I'm feeling by the time that we enter Aries, you're going to be saying, okay, I'm over these sleepless nights. You're going to have an ease in your mind that anxiety should be settling down for you, Leo. And I also love that she's crossing her heart, and you rule the heart and chest of the zodiac and humanity. Like she's protecting her heart from all the misery that she was feeling. She's wiser for it now. There's even someone maybe there in guidance for you who's talking the talk with you, helping you through this. Maybe even this reading, Spirit is getting to you and saying to you, listen, you don't need to be putting yourself through this agony. You can end this at any time by letting it go, walking away, or changing the way that you're thinking, welcoming in positive thoughts and love into your life because you deserve it, Leo. You're a compassionate, wonderful person who's very creative and loves fun and pleasure and enjoyment. And you want to welcome that back into your life, but it's not going to happen when you got things crossed. Now, we did have the retrograde, so it could have been like arguments, quarrels, miscommunication. See, the swords are crossed. It's like maybe your words got crossed, or what you were thinking didn't come out of your mouth the way you wanted to say it. It could even just been something that you were going back and forth with someone else, and the words just got crossed even with them, with what they were saying to you, and it hurt your heart, but they didn't mean it that way. So there could be a conversation that's going to be coming where you clarify all of this, and it wasn't what you thought it was. And that could be a consolation there for you, like they're consoling you with, this isn't what I meant, this isn't what I said, and you misunderstood and misinterpreted it, or even something you said. There could be this healing going on for you with your heart, and the end of that mental misery with this person or this situation that you're anguishing over. Okay, oh, wait, what else do I have? Wait, there's one other thing, what? Yeah, see, things are upside down. It's like, this looks like a floor to me, right? But yet it's above the person. So it's like things have been upside down for you, And see how these swords change their direction? I really feel like things are going to be changing direction for you, and what was upside down is going to be right side up. Things are going to become grounded again, so you can get your feet back on the ground, and instead of having your head in the clouds, in the air, because you really need to get grounded and stay focused. And even though it was emotional for you, and it really infiltrated your mental realm, I know that this is going to be a healing for you, and it's gonna be coming for you shortly. I'm telling you, by the time we're in March, Aries, you'll be having this communication or miscommunication cleared up, misinterpretation, whatever was going on. All right, so some of you, this could be a child who is an earth sign, like Taurus, and Virgo or Capricorn, that you're waiting for news on, or could be anguishing over this child, things that went on with this child there should be this healing with. The child looks a little bit forlorn, but not really distraught. They're kind of focusing on something else, and I like that they do have something to focus on, especially the peacock. This is abundance, So this child has a focus of their own, and maybe you're having a little trouble getting through to this child, and they can't focus on their studies, But you have to realize what they're going through too. You're going through mental anguish right now with COVID. We all are as adults, but I'm telling you, the children, we're not thinking of what these children are going through, the pain and suffering that they're going through, the way they've had to readjust their life. And I'm telling you, they're picking up on your energy, okay, Leo? So there will be some news coming to help you with healing with this. Maybe you're going to get a tutor, or they'll be going back into the classroom, or they'll be changing it back to a way that the child can handle and deal with the learning processes. For others of you, this is something that's coming in news to help ground you. Yes, this could be money, but I'm really feeling based on what's going on here mentally and emotionally for you, this is just what you needed. You finally got a handle on it. And you see like how the pentacle is above and then within it is below. You're starting to manifest some grounding energy. You're starting all over. With this person, you probably have a healing going on. Especially with the pentacle, there's some healing going on in the relationship, healing the words that were said. Now, it may change the dynamic that you have with this person going forward. It may never be the same type of relationship. Maybe it'll be a more openly communicated, clearly communicated relationship, or it could be a communicated relationship that's going to have boundaries where you're not as tight as you were before. And, you're just going to say, okay, we realize that this is something that we have to just keep in a different way. We can't be as close as we were or see each other as much. We have too many differences. We do feel a connection to each other as a friend or a family member or a coworker or a student, but it's just not going to be the same relationship it was before for some of you. And you're starting over in a new way of dealing with this person, but you got a handle on keeping yourself grounded. For others of you, there's going to be some news coming to you about school or study. It's going to be a change, and it's going to be a welcome change for you. You're excited about it too. And some of you have news coming to you about a contract that you were signing. You've been waiting. You're going to start to sign the contract. This is something like you're going to do either buying a house or a car or selling your home. Going into a contract with someone over something. Maybe you're doing some home renovation or, adding on your home. But this is the paperwork and you're signing, it's got to do with money and you're making things happen in your life. You're transforming things in your life, beautifying something in your life. It definitely is bringing in some news, something to do with something tangible, money, material things. It's something you've been waiting for because I guess you're manifesting this. You want this, something new coming to you with abundance, something pleasurable coming into your life. And you're ready for it, like a child. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You want this. Different energy from everybody here. Got a lot of swords. You've been in your head. Okay, look, we know the Four of Swords is not touching the person, but it's knocked them on their dupa, okay? You have to be really careful because you may be going through a cycle here, Leo. It's going to be individual to each chart, what's going on, that you're having all this mental upset. Maybe depends on where Mercury is in your chart. But we know we want you to stop it. All right, you have to stop it. And I mean, we could keep telling you this, but if you don't do it, you're not going to do it. But this card is talking about you can expand on things in your life in a negative way, just as you can expand on them in a positive way. This is Jupiter and Libra with this card. So Jupiter does expand on everything it touches, good or bad. And Libra is about harmonic balance, and it's the mental realm, and it's how you weigh things out. So maybe at this time you could start weighing things out. Look at what's really going on right now. Am I worrying about this when nothing has really happened yet? And then if it doesn't happen, I worried for nothing. Or if I worry about this, I'm just going to bring it to me, and I worried twice. I need to weigh this out. Am I sensationalizing this situation? Is my head getting in the way of me functioning on a daily basis because I'm in my head too much? And it's going to make me sick. I mean, this is like a hospitalization. You're being flat out. This is a bloodborne illness. This is a virus. This is a cold, a sickness that's brought on by manifesting misery in your life. And you are the heart center, right, Leo? So you take things to heart. And if you start to feeling things in your heart, like I tell you, that's like gasoline on a fire when you feel things. So be very careful of what you're thinking. These swords are not piercing you. You can keep them at bay. Yes, if there's something coming at you, you're at the ready. You could pick up the sword and defend yourself. But there's no need to fight anything off right now because it may not actually be what's happening. And you are creating something that's not happening. Let it clear, especially with this full moon energy. It's bringing things to a head. We go cray-cray. That lunatic, that lunacy. The emotions are rising. Let it pass. Try and hold your tongue until after this full moon passes a couple of days. And let it be revealed to you of what you think is going on, because it may not be what it seems. Man, this is all about, holy crap. All right, so we know the Three of Swords is talking about a separation. So there's going to be some quarrels and arguing. So some of you aren't going to listen to spirit, but you have free will and you have free will. You're either going to do it or you're going to don't, I always say. So if you go ahead and do this, this could be a big separation with you and this person, ending the relationship that you have, friendship that you have, partnership, whatever collaboration you had gotten through together before that you both brought your minds together and your hearts together as one is going to probably be dissolving. And you know what? You're going to be happier for it because it's been just weighing you down and taking your grounding energy away from you and limiting you to having the life that you want. So this could be a separation from you and someone. Now, I have seen it where it's just a separation where the people come back together at another time, but this is the immediate outcome right now with this Three of Swords, Saturn and Libra, okay? Where we talk to Jupiter expands on things. Saturn is the lesson you learn from things. So you're learning a very valuable lesson with relationships because Libra is the 6th house of relationships and partnerships. So let's just look at it as this person or situation has not been healthy for you, Leo, but in your loving way of trying to always make things work out and have fun, this person or situation has just relegated nothing but misery to you. And you're at the point where it just ends. A card like this comes into play when you're not taking the action you need to take to protect your heart, to save yourself. And then this swift action comes in to cut the tie. And I'm going to tell you, it may be a shock to some of you, but for most of you, you're going to be like, this is such a relief. I feel so much better with this out of my life right now. Let me just see what else we got, because this is really intense. Yeah, baby. I love this. With the Magi, the magician, you're making it rain. You're taking control with this one energy. And this is Mercury. Mercury rules the mental realm. So this is you starting to hone in and manifest everything. You wielding all your powers, your energies, your heart center, your thoughts into getting what you want in your life. Look how focused he is. He ain't playing here. He's like, I'm going to make it happen. He's got his emotions in check, his physical body in check. He's got his inspiration and energy in check. And he's got all of these swords here in check, the way he's speaking and thinking. He is creating. He's creating something new. Based on what's going on here, you've been letting people interfere with what you are supposed to be having in your life. It was your choice. But now you're realizing here, like I said, this is swift action taking this away from you. And you're saying, you know what, I'm ready to start new here. And you are, because you're not going to play with these tricksters anymore. Remember, Mercury can be the trickster. It is about communication, yes. And the way you're communicating and allowing people to communicate with you. I'm sorry about that. But the most important thing you want to look at is that this card is making major changes in your life. Now, Mercury rules Gemini as well as Virgo. So Gemini is coming, you figure, in mid-May to mid-June. So I'm going to tell you by mid-May, mid-June, you're going to have this under control and you're going to be set with this. And you're not going to let this happen anymore. So I'm glad for you. It's an intense reading, but like I said, the energies that's coming up this month so far for everybody is major changes and growth. But I want to thank you guys for watching and subscribing. I really appreciate everybody who's been helping my channel to grow. I love connecting with you guys on a soul level. I hope you have a great month. And remember, you could work through this energy. And I believe in you, Leo. Believe in yourself. I'll see you guys next month. And as always, I wish you the best.